Okay, it looks like we're live. Hello, and welcome to the stream. We're going to do a little bit more work on the 2K course tonight. I was feeling a little stuck with the kind of the jungle setting that I had on the had on it at the moment. I still like that idea, but I think I want to apply that to a different plot. And I think I came up with an idea of how I might save this one and make this one work a little better. That also still fits the theme for 2K. So I did a little bit of tinkering with it, and I figured now's a good time to kick off the stream since I'm gonna be. I mean, we have whole ideas through 10, but I'm probably going through and doing some significant rework to the course, which means that I figure it's a good enough time to kick some streams off. So maybe this will be the start of a new series. Who knows? Since I'll get to show off what I'm doing with each individual hole as I go through to rework it and replant it and stuff like that. So I think we'll be good to go. But anyways, we can let's kick off some music and let's get started. Get the volume in a level that makes sense. I think that's about good. Alright. So first things first, instead of like the dense jungle look, I think we want to open this one way up. So we can... I can probably clear all the generated trees on this, like on the interior of the plot. I can probably remove a lot of the ones that I placed. We can open, I think we can open the interior of this course up a lot. And get some very wide, plot-wide views here. We'll fill this back in later if we need, but for the time being, I think I can clear out all of the, or at least most of the auto-gen planting for this one. Hey, Alan. What theme is this for? We're not allowed to divulge the themes before they go live, so I can't answer that question. Not yet, anyway. Soon enough. But, see, I still like the, I still like that, like, thick, dense jungle course idea, but I think it was gonna need a lot of rework as it sat anyways. And, I think just I liked the planting on the first couple holes, and that wasn't gonna work on a big, sprawling, open, plot like this one. And I don't think I could get that like lush jungle look on something that's this sprawling without just causing massive frame rate issues. So I want to do something kind of here. I have a link of my inspiration for this, at least stylistically. There's kind of a mountainy course in South Korea called, what's it? Whistling Rock, there we go. And I thought that hit the, that hit the vibe of, like, I know how I could make that work on this plot, and I don't have to change any of the whole concepts. I can just tinker with the bunkering and planting and stuff a little bit. There we go. There's a link for those of you who are interested. That's kind of what we're going for, I think. Now it'll probably take a little bit of work to really get that, you know, we'll have to play around with the planting a little bit to find something that fits, that I like, but, that's the general gist that I think would work for this. And I'm already finding that a lot of the whole concepts that I was struggling with, and I wasn't sure if I should redo them or not, are really starting to shine with just opening them up and letting them breathe a little bit. So just that room to, let them sprawl out a little bit more is really working for me. And I think I can, again, we can get some big views for the, like our big river ravine thing down the center of it. Trying to think of some ways I could incorporate a little bit more water into it, like have like a mountain river running through stuff and then a waterfall maybe. Like I could make this area a waterfall or something maybe and have like a little river run down through here. It's a possibility, but not 100% sure on it. We will find out. Alright. So let's check. First things first. We'll tinker with our planting a little bit. I think I can work a couple kind of oaks, like the scraggly oak trees I was using in the what do you want to call it? The desert version of this, or not the desert, the jungle version of this course. Along with a lot of pines, and that'll probably kind of give the vibe that I'm shooting for here. But I think we're gonna keep the interior a lot more open. Also, not sure if I want to keep all the the manicured pine straw and stuff. I'm sorry, Alan. That sounds rough. All right. Now we want a bunker there, but we can rework that a little bit. So I need to bring this one. I need to bring this a little closer to the green here. Also, let me do a quick save. I liked these textures when I first changed them, but I've changed the lighting since then, and now I'm not sure on them. So maybe tinker with the weather a little bit. Yeah, who knows? Oops. What was I looking for? Yeah, weather. Clouds. Maybe that's a bit much. Okay, we have time to tinker with the lighting. This works okay for now. I can do a lot heavier planting on the right side of this, because that'll be... I think the goal is we want to keep the interior of this one pretty open and let the... and kind of heavily plant the edges of it, and that should work for this idea. Alright, so I like the... Also, what green speeds do I have? Let me go play test this and check. Oh, I have it at 187s, okay. Which is fine. We can go ahead and make sure that you know, we'll have to publish at much lower speeds, but we can make sure that they play well at these speeds. Then we should be set for anything that we throw at this course later. Plus, I find that designing a course to play really hard on 187s and then tuning them down to something in the 150 to 160 range usually gives 2K something in kind of in the neighborhood of what they're looking for in terms of difficulty. There, we know we want a general bunker kind of out this way. Maybe we can scale it up slightly if we wanted. Yeah, it doesn't have to be crazy. Well, I'm sorry, gents. Those both of those situations sound rough. I'm sorry. That's it's a bummer. Alright, this should work. Ooh, very nice. That's awesome. Congrats to you guys. Nothing's more exciting than drawing out a big ragged bunker shape and then getting to play color inside the lines for a couple of minutes to make the idea work. That's okay. And we'll keep the same general idea of this one. Ooh, very nice. That's awesome. Good for him. Alright, after we do this, I might tinker with the planting just a little bit, just to make sure that we can kind of get the look that we're going for. Especially when I'm trying a new idea, I usually don't focus too much on planting till the end, but it's always good to make sure that you test out a couple ideas just to get a vision of how, essentially what you're gonna do, what you're aiming for, what the style is. It's have a plan in place and kind of a visual picture in mind to work from when planning or designing. Oops. I want to sink that a little bit lower. Like that, I think that'll work. Let's pop over at my inspiration photos a little bit. It's not too heavily forested. It is in the distance, but the actual internal bits of the course are not that heavy. Probably bury some trees to rough up the off-course stuff, but we shall see. Alright, so I don't need to go too crazy with trees on this one. But there's a lot of, like, pine, like a lot of kind of skinny, tall pines. Some shorter, stubbier ones. I think we have a couple, I think we have a lot that works for that. Where's the course based hypothetically? It would be Korea probably, because this is based on, or at least the current idea for this one is based on a course in South Korea, so. Let's see. There's lots of pines, like thick pines at the edges of the course, and kind of a sprinkling of like tall, wispy ones on course, so. We'll see if we can kind of. Now I know, like I think I'd be, I know Hideki from National Treasure. Kinda, I know that one's set in Japan, but to me, I think the general look is about the same. So I'm probably gonna give that one a play and borrow a little bit from some of that. I mean, maybe make some, you know, make some changes to it, kinda some tweaks, but I think that that whole general planting scheme, like, kinda worked for what I was aiming at. Elotion. I've actually not heard of that course. I'm gonna have to look that one up. So the answer is no, but only because I don't know what that is. So, what other little, you know. So I want to rough up this off-course texture a fair bit. Does this have any? It does have a lot of. That's a. Oh, that's. All right, let's see. What surfaces did I use for this? 26. Actually, 25 doesn't look too bad. Color palettes are a little different. Not terribly. Ooh, that's not gonna work. This one kinda works. Oh no, I have options. I can play around with this, but... Whoops. And I'm using 26 for this one right now. That's as off color as I can get. That's... Ooh, 10's kind of interesting. It's got that gray-white look without being really bright. That's a potential option. Also, we want to make these bunkers pop a little bit, and that means we're going to fill these in with some heavy rough. Just to get rid of that default texture on them for the time being. Alright, let's see. I could go obnoxiously bright white with these. That kind of works. I don't know. Maybe 10 was the winner there for this one so far, where it's kind of got that light sand look to it without being like blinding. So now I'm Let's try that again. We're just really gonna struggle to find a textures that work for this, but oh well. Alright, let's do a quick save. Yeah. I probably want to have this slope off a little more into that kind of cavern thing. Or let's see. So I am liking the open sight lines where you can see like 3 behind it, that sort of stuff. Planting off course is going to be a challenge. Maybe I do go with a pine straw because I like the lush grass look like around the playing surfaces, but it looks weird like deep into the mountainy areas of this, and it's hard to kind of balance the two. Yep, have a good one, Alan. Thank you for tuning in. But I think like the big sprawling sightlines are really gonna suit this course. I'm really excited for those. I think that's going to be a big net win for this one. So I think the answer to that is we're going to grab all of the trees that we planted on this course so far, get rid of them, so we can kind of selectively fill those back in. Obviously, we'll still have trees and everything, but you know, again, ones that you know, they're taller, spindlier, you can kind of see through them, so they'll preserve our sight lines more. Let me go poke in on that one quickly. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to the look I'm going for, so you could probably pull from that a little bit. Exactly. I think, you know, that'll work just fine as a kind of alternate reference. need to grab some more pines and stuff for this. Oops, sorry. Camera controls do not always respond like I want them to. Sometimes they get a little hard to use. It's fine. All right, let's go sort through all a little bit. We're gonna go find. Whoops, bump the button again. We're gonna go. Actually, I can probably. Let's see. This guy is probably gonna be pretty useful in some spots. So we'll sprinkle a couple of those around. Whoops. My apologies. These are the ones I'm looking for. They're just a good... I like these. They're a good, just standard looking pine tree that work in most places. And they're a slightly different color than the rest of them. So it's just a great way to break up... like if you're doing a bunch of pine planting, you know, you want to sprinkle in a couple that they're a little different in terms of like color and things like that. So you don't get that. There's a little bit of variety in like the palette you have behind, you know, your holes and stuff. So it's good to sprinkle some of those in. This one works. Like when I want to block this off and make it densely planted behind, this will work great. I think I've got that one already. This one should work okay. Already got those guys. Oh, I was gonna say, I knew there was one from, this is one I like using a lot too. This little guy, which I think is originally from Autumn. That one's a solid one to use in places. Since this is the edge of our plot, we can probably do some heavier planting around this area. I can create like a little bunch of stuff here, and I can start using this for some copy and paste if I want. Now I can do stuff like that. Oh, what brushes did I accidentally pick up? But regardless, it means that I can do some edge planting and stuff if I want. Thank you, sir. Glad you like it. Again, I liked the concept of the jungle one, but I was really struggling with how I was going to do the execution of it. And I think this is one that clicks with the plot a little bit. We'll have to find out. I'm not entirely sure yet how we're gonna work the detail planting on this one, but I think we're off to a good start. Probably kind of exaggerate these bunkers just a little bit, get these sunk in. I already redid, part of me tinkering with it was getting these ones penciled in. I could probably expand that one too. I think the big overlooks and just the sight lines for the whole plot from one side to the other are really going to help this one out. To me, I think that's the single defining feature that really makes this work more than the jungle one is, you know, the plot is wild and crazy, and you need to be able to show it off a little more than a really thick, forested interior really fits or really enables. I gotta get the off-course stuff sorted, though. I think part of it is from having leftover heavy rough brushes. Like, we want to get some of that. Maybe there aren't any left there. Maybe I am gonna have to use pine straw on this one, because it's just, I'm not getting the off-course stuff to kinda rough up the way I want. I mean, I get that a lot. I think I had, especially like with like big sprawling kind of fancy looking bunkers, I have a lot of Fazio-ish tendencies, I suppose is the right word. So you're not alone in that observation. Hopefully I don't fall into too much of... I mean, to be fair, I have a lot of respect for Fazio as a designer. Some of his work does fall into some kind of pitfalls, but I think, you know, everyone's going to do that a little bit. Some of his stuff I love, some of his stuff I'm pretty ambivalent on, but... Yeah, 100%. I am a sucker for like a layered bunker look like that. You know, again, coming from kind of an art background, it's hard for me not to wanna Like, bunkering's just the easiest way to make a hole pop visually. So, framing bunkers are something I'm absolutely a sucker for. Man, I don't know why the heavy rough texture is giving me so much of a fit, but I might legitimately have to succumb to just using... I've done pine straw so much on so many of my other courses lately. I don't want to do it on every single new course that I'm doing, but I'm really struggling to get kind of the contrast I feel like I need to make the off-course work on this one. So it might be a necessity at some point. Alright, so I've got one sorted. I have two mostly sorted. Now it's just time to reno number 3. Now we wanna sink the let's see, maybe not quite that much, but we want, you know, Ben was tinkering with this one on stream, trying to help give me some ideas earlier. I know he was kind of sinking the surfaces down a little bit, so it's not nearly as plateaued. Can't remember exactly, but letting the land slope off from right to left was I think, one of the keys of making this one work. Dang it, alright. I am just having serious issues moving the camera today. I might be able to bury some trees. We'll see. Again, it's something I'll tinker with later. Because I would have to do it for a very large area, so... like, I don't know, Boreal does okay with that, so maybe we'll do okay. Alright, let's do a quick save and see what I can do with it. Now, I know I can scale trees up, and that should help. I think it has more of an effect on, yeah, the bigger a tree is, the more it's gonna affect the ground, and hopefully doesn't... That's just doing nothing. I don't know why. Do I have like some big heavy rough brushes or something? I don't know why I'm having so much issues getting this to, like, I know I have heavy rough brushes here, but, like, these should brown up nicely, and I am not getting them to do so, but whatever. Why am I getting these big giant brushes? I think those are autogen plant deletions, but I'm tired of catching those when trying to just multi-plant. Alright, so that browned it up a lot, which is good. Maybe I delete a couple of those. It's a little thicker than we wanted. We'll figure it out. Yep, have a good one, Zach. Thank you for tuning in. Alright, we want to focus more on some hole concepts, and I can fuss over the planting details later. Alright, so... Alright, first things first. I feel like I don't need the, I don't think I need the separate fairway bits here on this hole anymore. Bunker placement there is still good. I could probably shore that in a little bit. The width is good there. That's okay. But I can probably get away with connecting this up. Something like that can work. We'll fill this back in. This part looks fine to me. Okay, let's see here. Something like that could work. Alright, and that should work too. Now let's see what that looks like. Okay, I think I like that. Now we need to blend the land here together a little bit. And we can sink all this down just a little bit. Those trees are really annoying me, just in terms of trying to view this one. They're just constantly wherever I want to put my camera. Alright, let's see. I think that'll work. May be a little severe and sloping there, even if I like the general shape of it. And we can kind of drop the severity, or drop that hill a little bit. Do a little bit of a flatten. Actually, no, we're gonna go in and do a raise. I don't wanna I don't know. It's going to be hard to make this slope a little less severe without outright like eliminating all of the slopes on it, or all the little detail bits on it, but we'll figure it out. Again, it looks very different in Boreal than it does in Tropical, or not Tropical, Delta, so getting this sorted will be interesting. Like, I'm gonna have to delete those trees just so I can actually look at the hole that I'm designing so far. Like, I would just love to get some sort of, like, these should texture up a lot, and I am not getting them to do so. I don't know why. Maybe I bury a couple trees there. Again, I'll tinker with the idea. No idea if this will work or not. I'm struggling to get Boreal to do things I feel like Boreal should be doing automatically. There we go. So I could sprinkle some trees in there. Maybe I'm getting these weird, like, again, like very weird black spots where I'm putting these trees. Maybe I need to shrink it down just to so this has a little less of an effect on it. But yeah, I think that's really working for this. Yeah, this is, I think this is a significant improvement here. Alright, now let's get rid of these guys. Oh, dang it. Alright, there we go. Now I got it. Alright, enough. You guys. Yeah, you're not even a tree I want, so you can go away. You guys. For the time being, at least, you are moving, because I am sick and tired of being unable to see what I'm trying to look at from number 3 tee box. Alright. Alright. I already see some great little, like, slopes I can fit into this one. No worries, Scoot. Thanks for tuning in. We'll, we'll see you in a bit. We'll be here. We'll keep chugging on this one for a bit. We put a little bit of smaller, kind of lower key trees on this part of the green. Alright. We're gonna redo these. Alright, enough. Stay. There we go. There we go. I feel like this green might have a little bit of slope issues at the moment. I probably don't need it. I can probably redo this green. I don't need it to run that close to the cliff edge. Can wind it back just a little bit. Gonna pull that little kind of ledge poking out there a little bit. It's still sitting on a precarious cliff edge, but you can... Oh, there we go. How come I'm doing so close together? Yeah, this is, this one's for February. I'm just getting a head start on it. So... Ooh, I can sprinkle a couple taller trees down there. But I just figured with, like, working on Dream Team simultaneous with this, I just wanted to get a head start on stuff so I'm not, falling too far behind. But we'll see how this goes. Cause really, for stuff that's due in, or that's, you know, like the February courses, they need to be done by kind of mid-January, so that they can kind of get vetted, play tested, and then make it out in February. So, you know, it was like, okay, Dream Team, I've got. I wanted to have that out at the start of the, at the window. And then that leaves me like a month and a half or so to work on this one exclusively. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see how that works. And it works fine, so we got that. We'll add our rough texture. Oh. That's right, I already added it. We just need to change the width. There we go. This looks funky. Whatever, we can tinker with that in a bit. It's fine. we want to get rid of distance marker. There we go. Clear those. Get this bunker kind of sorted in. Ooh, that looks cool. I like that one. Okay, that one's some dramatic sloping on that one. Yeah, the thing, a lot of those were, like, those were churning for a little while, just in terms of, because for the 2K stuff, but the time between me being done with them and them being pushed out to publish is, I know it varies. It's at a minimum, it's usually about close to a month. And if I'm trying, and if I want to make sure that I have some built-in kind of slack for a schedule in case stuff happens, like in case I get busy or just burn out or something, I want to make sure I'm a little ahead of schedule on 2K courses, just, so that if I just don't have the time to design unforeseen, then I'm not immediately behind the 8 ball of trying to push something out the door. So the last couple have been done maybe a month and a half before they actually go live. Glen Eden's been sitting around for, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, something like that, in a mostly finished state. I want to keep kind of the same general shape for this bunker, I think. We'll doodle that one out. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is a lot of that stuff I've been working on since early in the year. And yeah, I have been kind of publishing a fair number of courses, but I have a flurry of publishes because a lot of stuff is just hitting at the same time. And again, and this is, we're far ahead enough that, like, again, this isn't going to get published for like another 2 months minimum. I don't want to plant trees. I want to clear this one. Where is my, yeah, sculpt? There it is. So realistically, we'll have another one hit in another, 2 weeks, I think. We'll have Claimant Ridge, I think is what I had called the Dream Team one. So that one will hit, and then I don't have a whole lot of other stuff expected before this one. So So we'll just have one course over the next, what do you want to call it? Month and a half, 2 months. Which I mean is about average for me. I think I'm usually like a month and a half per course type thing. Oops, sorry. Swinging that camera a little harder than we wanted. These can absolutely go. Let's see. Sorry, I had to check a message there. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna drop this hill a little bit. Oh, maybe something like that. Yep, that works for me. If anything, I can actually raise this back part a little bit. I think that'll work. I'm just debating if I want another bunker in here or not. And that is fair. Admittedly, I'm you know, weird, unusual, whatever you want to call it, and that I mean, I pretty much always have an active project or two going. So, like, I don't think I've taken really like an extended break in the designer more than like a couple of weeks in years. I mean, I'm not always working, you know, like deadline push on stuff. I'm usually just putzing around and doing little bits here and there. But I always like to have, I always have two going at once. Usually one that's kind of pseudo-finished and in that planting part, like polishing, finishing stages, because that's always when I start to lose interest in a project. I find the beginning stages way more fun than the end stages. The end stages is more just trying to push it out the door and be done with it. You know, I don't want to rush that though, so having kind of a creative plaything to do all of the design phase stuff on helps me be patient on like the planting bits and detail work. of getting stuff ready to be ready for publish. So they're always staggered, essentially. So that one is further along than the other. One's always in the idea phase, and the other is in the finishing stages. Generally speaking, sometimes they overlap a little bit, but that's the goal I usually have. Alright, this turn gets a little sharp for me. I'll probably undo that a little bit, or soften that corner a little. That should work just fine. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the same thing for me. It keeps things fresh. And it lets you kind of take little breaks on one and come back, you know, in a couple days with fresh eyes. But if you still want to design, you still have another project to work on. Especially where if I'm not feeling very creative, then I'll work on whatever one I'm just trying to plant, because usually all the decisions have been made on that one by that point, and I can just do kind of the mindless busy work on that needs to be done. Alright, let's see here. I think this needs... Let's see. Okay, so you can't carry that. You can kind of carry it. Whoa, that's a bit much. Oh, it's because it's raised. I want flatten. I need another bunker in here somewhere. Maybe not. It's just in my head. Nice! I don't know, this to me is working so much better than it was before. Like, what's with the trees? I'm like, ah, yes, it's because the, what do you want to call it? The autogen trees came back. Yes, this one will be... We want to keep the same general concept, I think, for this one. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out. But stuff like, 6 and 7 are just gonna pop so much more, I think, with a different style. Especially if these get a little room to breathe, I think. This one. Did you change the theme on this one? Yes. Yeah, this is the jungle one I was going for. I think I kind of want to do it in Boreal now. Go for sort of a Asian Pacific. I guess South Korea. I don't know if that's Asian Pacific, but it's, you know. But yeah, it's based on a course in South Korea, so that's kind of the look we're going for. I think it fits this plot a lot better, and again, it lets me open up the sightlines and stuff, so that you can see the holes on the other side of the ravine, which is nice. We've taken some. I think we've taken some steps to really making these ones work a little better. Maybe I'm not sold on this lighting right now. It's a little dreary, but not really sure what I want to do with it yet either. Oh, that's gone. Yep, bye-bye. We'll have to make that OB at some point. As we will with a lot of the course. Let's do a quick save. Maybe we tinker with the lighting for a bit. Let's go environment. And I could go less evening. That would brighten it up. Which works okay. Yeah, let's stick with that for now. I think, like, so far I'm thinking this is an improvement. Once we get the planting really sorted, I think this could really shine. Jeff, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the raid. How are you doing this evening? I am doing just fine. We are revamping our February 2K course at the moment. Trying a different style with it to see if it works. Really need to find a texture number that works for this one, but there's a lot of things that I need to settle on, but I think opening this one up so you can see across the entire plot is really selling me on this one right now. Oh, stay. I mean, I have yet to hit this fairway, and we need to I gotta play test it at some point. We have to hit the fairway in order to see if it works. I think it slopes a little aggressively for my tastes right now, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, because that's not gonna hold at all. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to rework that a little bit. We want it to slope off a little, but that's pretty excessive the way it is right now. Alright, that seems a little more reasonable. Yep, that works. We gotta get rid of those auto-gen trees. Alright, I want to keep the same whole concepts for 4 and 5, but we're probably going to have to rework those a fair amount, just in terms of the surfacing of them. Alright, I think we're pretty happy with 1 and 2. I think these work. 2, I'm gonna have to find a way to dress this one up visually, but the whole concept works. 3 works as well. Okay, so first things first. Now the question is, do I still want to keep the split fairway on 4 and 5? I could probably do that. Alright, let's do a quick save just to make sure that works. Actually, or not. I don't know if I need to split. This doesn't need to be divided. It was kind of a silly decision. So let's try. Let's do some sketching. Well, first, let's clear these guys. So our tees will stay here. It's 200 to that fairway. If I did something like that. If I could just smooth this hill out, and it functions just fine. Also, this fairway is pretty wide. I don't think it needs... Yeah. Oh, it's already 50 yards wide there. We really don't need to make that any wider. I can even narrow it in a fair amount. This would play just fine. Something like that. All right. Alright, there we go. That works for me, I think. Let's delete this path. This one's pretty marked already, so easy enough. I want to do... I keep forgetting it's in Sculpt. I don't know why. There we go. We will clear out all those autogen trees again. Be good to go. Thing is, I could probably drop this... we could drop that green just a little bit, so it's not nearly as severe. Alright, how far uphill is this one? 73 feet. So that's a lot, but it's not... Considering that our tee shot's 20 to 30 feet uphill, that's a lot, but doable. And then from there, it's only, what, another... Okay, so another 40 feet. So... That's, again, it's steep, but it's not ridiculous. Both of those shots are playable, so I think we're good there. Go add this fairway back in. I think I wanted this middle one here. Oh, I see I missed a little spot of fairway there, but that's alright. Yeah, I think we've had a good design session here. I'll keep going a little bit, but I think we'll hop over to, I want to get some CC rounds in tonight. So maybe we hop over and we play CC here shortly. We'll toggle our light rough. Good to go. Yeah, this one will be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll figure something out here. It's at least functional. It's, you know, we sprinkle some bunkers off to the left. Left is the preferred line into this green. Again, it'll be a little quirky, but I think it'll be perfectly functional as well. And then we have this kind of funny, claustrophobic-ish, kind of a short 4 here. I like the tee shot. I want to rework this green a little bit, but now that we're not doing that big, vast, shared fairway thing, I think I can make this make a lot more sense. Alright, first things first. Is this tree no longer... I guess it can work okay on this plot. Alright, let's do... but I'm not sure if it's necessarily the best tree to use as my I don't know, maybe something like this for the marker one. Hold on, we want, you know, something about the right scale. As long as it doesn't look too weird there. Yeah, alright, we're gonna go with that one for now. We'll go delete that guy. You get to go live right here. Delete that path, there we go. Now we can sprinkle in the trees that we would throw in there. Yes, that would be a long list, but I should do that at some point. That would be a good call. I've not put a lot of work into like the Twitch channel's pretty basic. I should probably flesh it out a little bit. So, we'll maybe that'll be a winter project this year. Is we can start playing with the Twitch profile and stuff. All right. Well, we're at about an hour 40. I think we can go through and, like, at the very least, I think 5. Yeah, that one still needs a lot of work. 4 is gonna need a little bit of work, but at least we, like, I think me combining all of these playing surfaces together was a little gimmicky, and I think just separating them out helps both of these a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo all the, we'll redo all the surfaces on 5, but we'll or I could do both of those. Let's see. We'll just go back through what we've done so far with the changes. Yeah, I think 1 is really what's sold me on this one so far, is I love the change to the surfaces on this one. Still got a lot of cleanup to do, but I think the general concept works on this one, and that is a terrible shot. Well, that's okay. We'll manage. Two works as a whole concept. I think it needs a little bit of visual help, but we'll sort that out at some point. It's not far off at the very least. I think we might need to massage the surfaces on this one a little bit, or the sculpting, I mean, but I think this is a step forward on this one as well. Well, that was not a good shot. I'll stay up. Nope, that's gone. And we'll rewind that one. That'll be OB eventually. So, a necessary evil when you're building a course on a big cliffside like this. And we'll have to, at the very least, the whole concept here hasn't changed. We might have to tweak some of the surfaces, add some bunkers, but otherwise this one works fine. That's not going to be enough. Nope, that is enough club. Okay. Good enough. Green sculpting needs a little bit of work, but hey. And then whole concept on 5 remains the same, but yeah, we'll do a lot of renovating to this one, but I think we can make, yeah, just separating this from the other hole makes it way less confusing as to how this one plays, and I think that's going to be a net win for this one, or for both of them, is dividing those up. And now now it doesn't need all sorts of runoff areas and that sort of stuff on this one. I think we did some changes to 6, and I think, yeah. This one, I'm really liking how this one looks so far. Getting this one planted is really gonna help it out. I think this one, again, definitely fits the the theme change. Yeah, I'm like, ooh, we can open this one up too. This is another one. I don't foresee any real playability changes, or at least not any major ones. We can probably work the green complex a little bit. But I love that tee shot. That tee shot's not changing. Why don't you put swing timing on for just when you are creating courses? You mean off? I always play with swing timing. And I don't know. To me, I find it easier to get a sense of how my course plays in terms of difficulty if I'm just playing in my normal settings. So, besides, it's a little too much, or it's a lot of effort to completely change up your swing settings every time I want to design versus every time I want to play. Yeah, and then the trees will completely go on this one. Now that I can put a bunker there instead, and that would work so much better for this whole concept. I think just about every concept on this course I like significantly better without all of the you know, the foliage crowding it. There we go. And probably the same for this one. This one will need a little bit of work, but oh well. That's just not gonna work. I think the basic concept there works. That one's probably gonna need a little bit of changes to it. 10 will be interesting. I think this will work just fine in the new theme as well. I'd love to see how it looks with what do you want to call it? This still has all the old planting from the old version of this course. All right, let's see here. Yeah, and that's the end of what I've done so far. So there we go. There's what we have to start this one again. Now, you know, we've done a couple design sessions on it, a couple videos which I'm not sure if I'll upload or not. Maybe we start the video series with this one. We'll find out. But yeah, I think we're off to a good start here. I'm really starting to think that the theme change was a really solid idea for this course. I think it fits the plot a lot better, and I can already visualize a lot of different stuff that I can do with it that I was really struggling to work under the old version of it. So I think we will cut this design session here. Now, for those of you in chat, I'll keep streaming, but just so I don't have to download a massive video file in order to upload this one, I'm just going to cut the stream, and we'll be back in a sec. But for those of you watching on playback or YouTube, we will see you in the next one, and thanks for joining us.